The Vrexian death squad had arrived precisely at 1300 hours, as their orders dictated. Commander Zolth checked his tactical display one final time before signaling his unit. The human outpost on Kepler 442b was small, isolated, and according to intelligence reports, minimally defended. The humans called it Sanctuary Station, which Zolth found laughably naive. There would be no sanctuary today. The door exploded inward with a controlled plasma charge, and 8 armored Vrexians stormed through the breach, weapons raised and targeting systems active. Zolth's mandibles clicked in anticipation. The Galactic Council had authorized extreme measures. These humans had refused to surrender their territorial claim, and examples needed to be made. What greeted them stopped the entire squad in their tracks. 2 human cubs sat at a basic meal table. Neither older than what Zolth's database indicated was 12 standard human years. The male cub, Nox, had sandy hair that stuck up at odd angles and wore a faded shirt with incomprehensible symbols. The female cub, Ruhi, had dark eyes that seemed far too calm for someone facing a heavily armed military unit. Between them sat plates of what appeared to be primitive sustenance squares and various foodstuffs. "Oh, hey," Nox said, his voice breaking slightly with youth. "You guys must be starving after breaking down our door like that. Want some sandwiches? Rui makes really good ones." Zolth's translator struggled with the casual tone. His training had prepared him for screaming, for pleading, for combat. Not this. "We are the Vrexian Enforcement Corps," Zolth announced, his voice amplified through his helmet speakers. "You will surrender this facility immediately or face—" Yeah, enforcement, very scary," Rui interrupted, pushing a plate forward. "Seriously, though, when's the last time you ate? You came all the way from the Vrexian fleet, right? That's like 6 hours in a dropship. Nobody fights well on an empty stomach. My dad always said that." Nox nodded enthusiastically. "It's true. We learned about it in history. Most wars could have been avoided with better snacks. Here, this one's got that spicy mustard you guys probably like. Your biology processes capsaicin as a pleasant sensation, right?" Zolth's second-in-command, Jex, shifted nervously. "Commander, protocol dictates—" "I know what protocol dictates, soldier," Zolth snapped. He refocused on the cubs. "Where are the adult humans? Where are the facility defenders?" "Supply run," Rui said simply, taking a bite of her own sandwich. "Won't be back until Thursday, it's just us. We're supposed to be doing homework, but—" She gestured at the blown-out door. "Kinda hard to concentrate now." Nox stood up, completely unafraid, and walked directly toward the squad. 3 targeting lasers immediately painted his chest. He didn't even flinch. "You guys look really uncomfortable in that armor. Is it climate-controlled? Because the humidity on this planet is pretty rough, and I bet you're sweating like crazy in there." He stopped directly in front of Zolth, close enough that the commander could have grabbed him with one armored claw and held up a sandwich. "Turkey and cheese. Trust me." The absurdity of the situation cracked something in Zolth's tactical mindset. He had killed before. He had executed orders without hesitation. But standing before these 2 small humans who showed no fear, only concern for their well-being, he found his certainty wavering. "This is psychological warfare," Jex hissed over the private channel. "The humans are known for their deception." But Zolth's centuries of combat experience told him otherwise. These weren't soldiers playing games. These were genuine younglings, doing what appeared to be hardwired into human nature, hospitality, even toward enemies. Rui stood now, too, moving to a cold storage unit. "We've got juice boxes, water, and I think there's some of that Centauri cola Nox likes. Also, I'm guessing you guys need to use the bathroom. The facilities are down the hall, second door on the left. The lock's been broken for weeks. So just knock first." "Why are you not afraid?" The question escaped Zolth before he could stop it. Rui and Nox exchanged glances. The boy shrugged. "Why would we be? You're just people doing a job. A pretty terrible job, sure, but still. You didn't choose to come kick down our door at lunchtime. Somebody ordered you to, and orders are hard, especially bad ones." Knox continued. "Plus, my mom always said that anybody willing to hurt kids was either desperate, scared, or following orders they didn't believe in. You don't look desperate, so you're either scared or conflicted. Either way, sandwiches help." Zolth felt his worldview tilting. The Vrexian Empire had built its reputation on strength, on the willingness to do what others wouldn't. But these cubs, with their simple food and simpler logic, had accomplished what no military force ever had. They'd made him question the rightness of his orders. "We should neutralize them," Jex insisted. "Complete the mission." But Zolth watched as Rui carefully prepared another plate, her small hands working with practiced efficiency. He watched Knox pour drinks into colorful containers, humming some tuneless melody. These weren't strategic assets or territorial obstacles. They were children offering kindness to those who came to harm them. Slowly, deliberately, Zolth reached up and deactivated his weapon, the plasma rifle powered down with a descending whine. "Commander!" Jex protested. "Stand down," Zolth ordered. "All of you, weapons to safe mode." One by one, the squad complied, confusion evident in their postures. Zolth removed his helmet, feeling the humid air of Kepler 442b on his face for the first time. He looked at the two human cubs and understood finally why the Galactic Council feared humanity. It wasn't their weapons or their tactical brilliance. It was this inexplicable ability to find common ground even in the darkest circumstances. "We will accept your sandwiches," Zolth said quietly, "and then we will leave. Our report will indicate this facility was abandoned." Rui smiled, brilliant and genuine. "Cool. Want to help us fix the door before you go?" And somehow, impossibly, Zolth found himself nodding. The death squad stayed for 47 minutes. They ate sandwiches, drank juice boxes, and learned that the universal language wasn't mathematics or violence. It was the simple act of breaking bread together. When they departed, they left behind their sidearms and 3 cases of military rations as an apology for the door. Knox and Rui watched them go, then turned to survey the wreckage of their afternoon. "Think we'll get in trouble?" Knox asked. Rui considered this. "Probably, but we made friends, so that's worth it."